Hi guys, welcome to lecture number 7 of PyTorch, and today we'll be discussing something that's very important since I guess now we know and understand few basics of PyTorch. But guys, usually I have seen that even after knowing basics we are unable to implement some sort of project. So today I'll be walking through like lecture 1 on a project that we are going to do. So guys, what we'll be doing is we'll be trying to train a neural network so that we can do some sort of prediction, and usually that prediction would be in context of power consumption. So guys, a lot of people don't know this use case, but this is a very important use case, and there is a lot of work which is being done in this space, that how can ML based models or neural nets can help you predict your power consumption. Because if you have a great data capturing system, right? Data capturing system, if you have something of those kind, you would have a lot of data that you would have generated. That means what would be your hourly level power consumption? Okay, power consumption. Okay, so let me just write it correctly. So what is your hourly level power consumption? Okay, so you would know this type of data. Even this type of data, if you would have a big power plant, this would even come at minutes. Okay, so you would have this sort of data, and over time you can predict the power consumption. Okay, this is a specifically energy conservation is a big field specific to deep learning. So extensively there's something known as RL as well, that's reinforcement learning. So even Google used RL in order to reduce their cooling centers cost by 40%. So that was specifically done with the help of RL agents, but we are not going to cover that in PyTorch course. But the main idea is that this space of energy conservation is very important, and it's a big deal for a lot of organizations, so we'll be focusing on this today. So guys, what usually happens in a DL project is, since PyTorch I would mostly use for any DL based workloads only. The project that we are going to do today will help you formalize work steps and how do you need to approach a problem in real life as well. So guys, first of all, you would have, okay, some sort of data set. You can have this data set directly as well, or you would need to basically write some sort of ETL code to get it if it is in some other source. But for the time being, I'll be sharing a txt file with you, so let me just walk you through that once. So if you'll go to the notebook that I'm using, coding in PyTorch, and if you just click on this link to dataset link, you would be redirecting to this. So it is showing a bad gateway, which shouldn't be the case, but yes, it is showing bad gateway. So let's just try to copy this, Control C, and let's just try to paste it in this thing, and this is the thing. So yeah, this is the link. Let me just copy and paste it again. By mistake I might have pasted the wrong link. Okay, it didn't seem that I pasted the wrong link, but yeah, just try to recheck guys on your level as well, that what exactly is happening. I guess yeah, you are able to see how you need to get to this link. So we are having a txt file, and we need to load that into our Google Colab. So guys, I'm using Google Colab because even I don't have a great machine. And the second step is that maybe like in few of the lectures I have shown you how to use GPUs as well in Google Colab. So I might or may not use GPU. I haven't taken a call on yet that, but even if I want to use GPU, I might purchase it as well. You don't need to purchase anything, I'll be showing you everything. So guys, the first step is you need to mount your Google Drive. So guys, this is also an important step. Let me spend 2 minutes over there. So guys, mostly on code line you can see this is nothing, right? This is just 2 lines of code, but just understand the process of mounting. Since you might be working on some use case where you might need to do mounting. So guys, what happens is usually your data is located into a database. Okay, I'm not sure whether database is the right term to use, or data lake is the right term to use, or any sort of storage format. Okay, any sort of storage engine is a extensively, these are places where your data resides. Okay, that would be based on your organizational's agreements and stuff on where they are throwing out data, but you need to sometime connect the place where you are coding, okay, with this storage location. So that is why you do mounting. So what does mounting do is, because of mounting this location where you are coding. Okay, so we are coding right now in Google Colab. Okay, so we are uh, doing it in Google Colab, and we are mounting Google Drive. So Google Drive is our storage engine and Google Colab is the place we are coding up. So if we mount this storage location in this place, so what will happen is that this place where we are coding will have access to this as a storage location. So what you will be able to do, you will be able to do read and write operations very easily. Okay, you will be able to read data from Google Drive into this Google Colab environment because of mounting, and you can also write the data into the storage location. So usually mounting is just like an process in order to allow read and write data flow between them. And the main thing is usually either you will be given some database credentials, or there might be some linked service in case of Azure, or guys, you might need to be like, the system will ask you to authorize and some stuff like that. But usually when once you do that, so your database gets loaded or mounted to the place where you are doing coding, and then you can smoothly do coding. So guys, these type of things are also very important, that how to link your storage engine with your coding engine. Because guys, sometimes your storage engine might be in AWS and you might have to do coding in Azure. Okay, so all these things you have to take care of as an AI engineer. But yeah, right now the use case is very simple. What we have is Google Drive as our storage engine. So I have put this txt file in my Google Drive. I've just uploaded it, and now I'm connecting it with Google Colab. So I think guys, this is very simple, but I wanted to spend some time so that you can visualize and understand everything at an architecture level. So guys, let's just move to the next step. So the next step is guys simple, pandas.read CSV. I don't need to tell you what we are doing. It's just guys, our separator is not comma, our delimiter is something else. So usually whenever you read simple files, so your delimiter is something else. But yeah, right now we are having this as our delimiter in our txt file, so that is why we have passed that as in separator argument. So that is also okay, that's also not very difficult. So guys, the main thing is, this is how your data looks like on this date at this time. These were the data things that were captured. Okay, simple basic time series data. This is date, this is time, and this is the global active power, global reactive power, voltage, global intensity, and sub metering 1 2 and 3. So guys, this is pretty much it for the time being. Let's just move to basic EDA. So guys, despite us sticking to our uh, approach, we would be using neural nets. Okay, so if you're using neural nets, you don't need to really spend a lot of time on EDA, but there are few good practices to follow so that things become relatively easy. And that is why I'm doing this entire project end to end with you, so that we could learn all the good practices specifically in terms of PyTorch and other practices as well, so that we could really like understand how to do it at an industry level. So guys, just try to be with me. So you can do any amount of EDA you want, but I'll be sticking to data pre-processing only. So guys, see, let's just try to see what are we doing over here. So guys, first of all, what we are doing is we are trying to create a new column, that is date time, by just adding two columns, that is date and time. Guys, I think this is very much clear. Also guys, we are converting it into two date times. So guys, whenever you are using pandas as your processing engine, then if you have a date column, it's a best practice to convert it into this to date time so that it understands it well. The next thing is we are setting up index. So what is index? If you would see the output of this pre-processed data set, you are able to see that this is the date time that has been set as index. So this is how we are setting up index, nothing too complicated over here. So now this is also done. The next thing is, guys, we are dropping date and time since we already have a column for date and time. So usually, guys, this type of things is very common in EDA where we convert two columns into one or three columns into one, and then we drop the other two or three columns because we don't want redundancy in our system. So we have been doing 3 steps of EDA, and guys, what we are doing is we are just trying to like clean some data. So usually, guys, these type of things happen that you need to fill up missing values, and I am filling it with ffill. I'll discuss about that. And then I'm doing hourly resampling of our data at a mean level. So let me take some time and explain you that how I'm doing everything. Okay, guys, nothing is difficult, it's very easy. So what we have, guys, is that we have a data set. Okay, we have a data set. So what I did is at step 1 I created a column called date time. Okay, and I'll be using this date time column. This is very important, guys, for the future part of projects as well. This I have kept as index, and I have deleted 2 columns. Okay, this is very important and very simple as well, nothing too great. Just I've been mentioning about pd dot underscore to it. So this feature of pd dot underscore to date time, so just spend some time in order to understand that this is the thing that pandas likes. If you have a date time column, just convert it into this thing so that your processing and everything would become very easy. Okay, this is it. Now we are good till over here. Now, guys, next thing that I'm doing is, so our data set had few values in which there was a question mark. Okay, so these are usually known as, guys, bad values or perhaps data sanity issue. So what usually happens in the industry is that sometimes your data set will have these type of values as well. So I'm just converting them into nulls only, and then what I'm doing is I'm filling the nulls by ffill. So guys, if you would have seen my Python playlist, there I must have covered forward filling. So guys, see what happens is, try to understand why we are using ffill. Okay, this type of things are usually very important at a theoretical level. So guys, whenever you have time series kind of data, right, time series kind of data, so you can use this method in order to fill your values. So let me show you what happens. Let's say you have values such as this 20 and 30. So what is happening is that here you have two missing values. So what you need to do is you need to do this thing will come over here and this thing comes over here. So after applying ffill, your data would look like something like this. So I think this is very clear, right? You just need to like look at the previous value and fill it. And guys, this data is very granular. Okay, so if you have some sort of missing values, you can like spend some time in order to just I mean, just fill it with the previous value. It's not something that's very bad because these are time series data and you don't expect things to drastically change, right? Let's say you're dealing with some temperature based problem statement, okay, where you have day time wise temperature. So let's say due to some issue you were not able to capture a particular type of, or at a particular time you weren't able to capture the temperature. So that doesn't mean that you would just in previous hour you were able to capture and now you are not able to capture. In 99% of the cases the temperature doesn't change drastically. So it's good to take a note of these techniques in which we are using ffill method in order to fill based on the previous values. And guys, then this hourly resampling that I'm doing, df.resample r.mean, what I'm doing over here is, now see. So guys, this is very important. You would be doing these type of things a lot in industry as well. Here your data was at a minute level. So in 1 hour, how many minutes you have? 60 minutes. So let's say the data is being captured at 5 minutes, 10, 15. This would be up till 60. So right now, how many rows should be there in data? 1, 2, 3, and this would be 12. So for 1 hour, like let me explain you. Let me rub it once and re-explain you everything that what I'm doing. So what is happening is that for 1 hour, you have 12 rows. Now, if I want to have the data at an hourly granularity, what I'll do is I'll take the average of it. And if I take the average of it, those 12 rows would get compressed into one row. So guys, I think you should be able to understand these type of things, and yeah, these are simpler things. You're just taking the mean, and then if you would see our process data frame, see this is at 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So at an hourly level, I have taken average of all these things. So guys, this was the first lecture in order to just make you understand that what we have been doing. So what we have done in the first lecture, just a quick recap. What we have done in the first lecture in order to make you ready for projects. So we had some data set. Okay, we uploaded that data set into some storage engine. Okay, and here our storage engine was G Drive, that's Google Drive. Then the next step is we connected Google Drive with Google Colab, so that we can have all the permissions and everything in order to read, write and do all sort of data operations. Then guys, we started with pre-processing. So we did missing value treatment specifically to time series data, and data types we handled very well, right? And now we just change the granularity of data so that we have a proper data set in an hourly format. Okay, so now you can use this data set guys in order to build from here. So slowly everything would be covered. Specifically, we'll be using a lot of PyTorch ahead, so just stay tuned in this series. And guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you will subscribe, then both of us would grow together. And the guys, the biggest advantage is that if you have any doubt, you can comment. If you don't want to comment publicly, you can directly DM me into my LinkedIn and Instagram. I'll be more than happy to handle you everywhere. So thanks guys, and have a great day ahead.